Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm from Creative Pathways Coaching. Welcome to my series, my new series. This is the second in the series, Living Your Dreams. So I'm Rachel. I'm a life coach and mentor and previously a counsellor, and I've worked with many people over the years, both to strive towards their goals as well as many other things as well. So welcome to the second video in the series. Now this week it's actually about looking at your dreams. What are your dreams? And for people who actually have a dream or dreams or have goals, this may be less applicable for you. For other people who are not entirely sure or who have some level of formulation of it, but it hasn't been completely formulated, this series or this video might actually be more, applicable for you. So last time we looked at the first steps towards living your dream. So we touched a little bit on obstacles, and then we looked at increasing confidence. This week we're looking at what are your dreams? What are they? At the end of this video, we will be doing another technique, another exercise that's actually relevant for this week, looking at what you want and focusing on what you want. So, common problem that comes up when working in life coaching with people who are wanting something in their life or wanting something better is they don't always quite know what they want. They know they want something better. They know they want something more than what's going on in their world, but sometimes they don't know what it is. And it can be very frustrating for people to not know, that there's something more that they need to do, or there's something that, they want more, but they don't know what that more is. For some people, it can be about, other people. It can be about, they want their family to be happy. They want world peace. But to actually pull it down and look at what do I want? We can look at from the point of view of a life purpose. A lot of people use the term life purpose a lot. Actually, I use it quite regularly as well. It can give you an idea sometimes of the direction that you feel that you're going in. And it's a good place to start with regards to looking at the goals and the dreams in your life and identifying what your life purpose is. Your life purpose isn't something that someone else can tell you what is. It's about you identifying what it is. And it's a combination of a few things. So for example, it relies on, of course, what you're good at. Your life purpose involves what you're good at. And it may be that you're more creative, or maybe you're more intellectual, but looking at what you're good at, what actually stuff that you easily do that just comes naturally. The next, so the second one in this is actually what you enjoy, what actually gives you pleasure, where you can actually do something for hours and hours and hours and just be completely inspired and continue to do and enjoy doing that. If you were actually paid to do it, win-win. Now, the other one is what interests you. So that plays a part with what you enjoy, but what interests you, and what gets those juices flowing in there as well. So it's a combination of all those three things in there that gives you. Now, a life purpose can help you towards those dreams and goals. So looking at what you want. So like I said, for a lot of people, what they want is actually quite elusive. So looking at going back to, and what I've spent many times with clients, is going to what they want. Now, for a lot of people in those circumstances, they're usually focused on what other people want. And it's very, very common for that to occur. And usually it involves around security, the need for love from others, the need for approval from others. And so for these people, it's really quite common for them to look outward for what they need to do and what their direction is and what they need to, what hoop they need to jump through next. And so as a result, they can't seem to identify with who they are and what they want. So really looking towards what you want, putting yourself on that to-do list of what needs to be taken care of. So really people in those circumstances, and there's nothing wrong with it, but usually it comes from a background and a childhood of putting other people first constantly. This really does happen a lot with women, although it is common with males. This particularly happens a lot around the time of becoming a parent, when your children become the main focus of your life. And with time, as a parent, you actually do become so focused on other people's needs rather than yourself. That's a big one. That is, I can't tell you how common that is. So that lack of sense of self comes in, and when children start to get a bit older, then the parents, they're going, okay, what do I want now? I knew I wanted to be a parent. I knew I wanted to do this. I don't know what I want to do now. And because they're so focused on looking at outward, on what other people want. So instead, looking at what makes you happy. In our society, we are encouraged to look outwards towards what's going to make us happy, instead of looking at inwards in what's going to make us happy, actually looking towards ourselves. Like I said before, actually putting ourselves on that to-do list of what needs to be taken care of. And that can be starting with as simple as meditation, actually taking that time for ourselves. And that's actually a good start, is meditating, is looking towards who I am, taking care of me, taking care of, that sort of stuff. And a lot of the focus on looking inwards and taking care of self is our society will see that as being selfish. It's rather unfortunate that that is the case. And I'm afraid if you want to actually start to work towards your goals, you might actually have to be a little bit selfish. Nothing wrong with a bit of selfishness. I actually think it's important. So I'm actually, with this video, we're going to do a technique at the end, but before, I'm just going to give a recommendation. There's a book I read at least once a year, but I usually about 2 or 3 times a year. There's a couple of books I actually read every year that I tune into. It helps me to center with who I am as a person. And this is called The Four Agreements. The author, I'm just trying to think, I always forget the author's name. It's Don Miguel Ruiz. And it's so good just to get back in touch with yourself. And it's a really good book for people who are so focused outwards and not focused inwards. This is a really, really good book to read. So I really recommend that. It's a short read. It probably only takes about 2 hours to read. I actually find just reading it in bits, maybe about 3 or 4 bits, just to have a bit of a think and then go back to it the next day. So that could be the way it could work for you. So now we are getting to the exercise at the end of this video. This exercise is called 24 Hours of Happiness. I love this exercise. Actually, with each of these techniques, with each of these videos, I use all of them. So I won't recommend stuff that I don't use myself and don't use regularly. So this one I do. I probably use this once a month, and God, it inspires me. And I'm someone who does look inward. So for people who are used to looking inward, who can identify what they need and want in their life, I would only recommend doing this once a month. If you're having trouble with looking inward, maybe once a fortnight might be better. So anyway, you need a journal. So go and get yourself a journal. Get yourself a lockable journal, or I find a hiding place for your journal, because you're going to be writing down stuff in this journal that you're not going to want other people to see. So really, lockable journal or a good hiding place. So 24 hours of happiness. This starts from when you wake up in the morning and goes to when you fall asleep, or for some people, people who have problems with sleeping, who are insomniacs, this can be about the best sleep of their life. So this can incorporate that at the end of that 24 hours. So I want you to think about what lights you up at 24 hours of what you would think would be the most perfect day. An example for some people, it may be simple as gardening in their garden without interruption for hours. So it could be a feeling of contentment. For others, and I like the contentment one, and I've actually used that, but as well, it's being inspired to do something amazing. I know of someone who actually put in their 24 hours of happiness, getting on a plane to Paris and having lunch in a bistro in Paris. So really take it as far as you want to take it. It's up to you. But really be inspired in this. Write this down. And I want details. So from the time you wake up, how did you feel when you looked around? Where were you? What did you do next? What did you have for breakfast? Did you have breakfast? What did you do then? How did it feel? How did it look? How did it smell? Details, details, details. So you're going to be writing down pages. It will usually take you about an hour or two to do this, and I really recommend this. And then looking over. So if you're doing it once a month, look it over once a week, maybe even more than that if you want to, just to get inspired. And this is about actually tapping into the universe and actually asking the universe. You may not get this in a week or so, so don't think this is about, but this is about manifesting this is about creating and manifesting your desires, but it's also about encouraging you to look towards those, to look towards yourself. So use this, please. I recommend it. I get inspired every time I use this. So if you like this video, please like, share, or press the subscribe button down the bottom. I will be doing a video every week. So this is the second in the series, and I'll be doing it every week for quite a while. Also as well, if you feel that you would like to have some one-on-one life coaching, please come and visit me at www.creativepathwayscoaching.com, or even just if you want to have a bit of a suss, have a bit of a look around of what's available and what's there. Like I said, I'll be posting a video every week, and I will see you next week. So cheers, bye.